Hey guys, how are you today? Welcome back to my channel. I have lipstick on my teeth. All right, I've got a lot to get done today, just homemaker stuff. I need to clean. I have a little organization project that I want to do. I really want to make some dinner for the family. We've kind of run out of like meals, so I'm going to do that. And then if I can get to it, I really want to make these yummy, I know they're going to be good, like these pumpkin chocolate chip muffins. So we're just going to like do homemaking today. Clean with me, cook with me, bake with me, organized. Also, a huge thank you to Lamps Plus for sponsoring today's video. I'm super happy you're joining me today. I have got so much to do. Not very much time before Lila wakes up from her nap, so let's go ahead and get started. I have been wanting some new lighting for the dining room for a couple of years. I just felt like it would really elevate the space. So when I found Lamps Plus, I could not believe their selection. Absolutely amazing. This is the Lillian 27-inch gray wood ring wagon wheel. Guys, this is so pretty. The quality of this light is stunning, and I feel like it just elevated the space even more than I could have dreamed. I'm so happy with it. It's so beautiful. So when you go on their website, they have so many different options of types of lighting you can get. You can even get ceiling fans. Everything is categorized for you so that it's really, really easy to find what you're looking for. When I picked out my light, I just went under the farmhouse chandeliers, and I just found it right here on page 1. I was like, that's it. That's the one I'm looking for, and I'm so happy with it. But if that is not your style, they have so many other options, like I said. I mean, like thousands of lights. So I will leave their links down below so that you can check them out. I highly recommend getting some customized lighting for your space. It is amazing what a difference it makes. All right, and now let's get to work. I'm gonna start with tidying up a bit. I love to get my main living space tidied before I really do anything else. I don't know about you guys, but it just really helps me clear my head when the space is clean, and I really enjoy it. I am gonna just pick up some stuff that I had bought at Old Navy. As you can see, this bag, and I had a little bit of a catastrophe. You'll hear about it in just a second, but that's what I'm gonna do right now.
You and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters. Stray around like nighttime rumors. We were in.
I went to Old Navy last night and bought some new clothes, one of them being this sweater, and then I thought this vest was so cute, and the hanger and the vest were different sizes. So I got way too small of a vest, but isn't it cute? It's just this little black, yeah. This would have fit me like 10 years ago. It's one of the things that we need to get done today, but dang it. I was able to make it over to Old Navy really at the end of the day, so I didn't film any of it. It was super late. I was exhausted, but I did get it done, thank goodness, and I actually ran into my old piano teacher there, so that was so much fun. She was my piano teacher for like 6 years and taught me classical piano. So, oh my gosh, I was so happy that I returned when I did and saw her. Okay, so I'm gonna be using the Mrs. Meyer's apple cider scent. You guys know how much I love this. I've actually tested out the snowflake one, which is more for the winter, and love it. So I can't wait to use that more with you guys here coming up, like in November and December. So I'm just gonna dust off this entertainment center, which actually I painted recently. So if you're newer to my channel, then you may not know, but this was kind of a yellow color when we bought it. And at that point, I hadn't really figured out what style I wanted, and I just hadn't even gone in the modern farmhouse direction yet. I was just kind of getting new furniture that I like the structure of. So once I really discovered my style, I decided to paint it white, and I'm so happy I did. This coffee table actually came from the Facebook Marketplace. Guys, I'm surprised at how many people don't shop on there. Everybody who has Facebook has this option of looking on the marketplace, and it's just like kind of like KSL. You can get things that are near you in your area, things that are new, things that people have used. This one was kind of a repurposed item that I got for really cheap. I think I only paid $125 for it. Thankfully, this day my kitchen area wasn't too messy since I had done a pretty good cleanup the night before. So all I really needed to do was get the breakfast mess put away. But look at this light. I just have to mention it again because isn't it so pretty? And if you want to go back just a couple videos, you can see the old lighting. It was just really standard, nothing wrong with it. But as you'll notice, this is just so much nicer. And like I said, just really elevates the space. I'm just so excited about it. Anyway, now I'm gonna go ahead and wipe down my countertops, which are granite. This is the Method Daily Granite Cleaner. And this is something that I've been testing out recently. I love it because it's in the apple orchard scent. I am a huge scent person. If things don't smell great, I'm not necessarily in love with it. Of course, you want it to work really well, but if I can get both of those in one product, I will be very happy. So I get this one at Target, and it works really nicely on my granite. What do you guys enjoy watching get cleaned the most? Like, for me, I love watching people fold laundry. To me, that is so motivating and kind of calming. But do you like watching people do the dishes? Do you like people vacuuming? Like, what is it that you like to see that gets you super motivated, super pumped up and excited to clean your space? I would love to know in a comment down below.
Away from things I let go, floating on the way.
Every week or so when I run the dishwasher, I like to include some Let Me Shine. This is just a booster for your dishes, and it just really helps them sparkle, and I love the way they come out, but you don't have to do it very often. So I'm just going to do that today because it had been a little while, and then sweep the floor.
So shaking through my car, left me in the cold. Chained to what I know, drifter on the road, take it where I go. But I won't let the stormy seas throw me in open water. Let me have my peace and leave me till tomorrow. Wind into myself, away from things I let go, floating on the waves. Bottoms up, we go all the way. When you're feeling down, push the pain away. We go bottoms up.
It amazes me how sticky and grimy my refrigerator gets with little fingers. I'm constantly finding myself wiping down my refrigerator mostly, but all of my appliances, to be honest. I just feel like they get so, not really smudged, but just like actual food like on there. I don't know, I'm like trying to figure it out. Like, why are my kids' hands covered in spaghetti sauce when they open the fridge? I don't get it. Let me know if you can relate. All right, I am gonna run my little robot vacuum, and I asked you guys a while back if you thought I should get a rug for in here, and you said yes. A lot of you did. A lot of you thought that would look really pretty. So I'm thinking about going to Home Goods. I think their rug selection's nice, and I'm gonna see what I can find for this space because I do agree it would look really pretty. I'm just thinking out loud in the darkness. Where is the area of your house that no matter how hard you work on it and you clean it, it just always ends up a disaster before too long? For me, it is this little area by the garage and the basement. It is always a disaster. This is where we keep our shoes, and I just feel like people, the kids, Cody, let's be honest, it is just a struggle to keep these shoes where they belong, either on this little IKEA rack or on the shoe hanger behind the door. I do not know what our problem is. We just can't seem to keep it together. The organization project that I really wanted to get to today was going through the kids' drawers. They are crammed full of a combination of summer and fall clothes, completely disorganized. So I had already gone through Lila's stuff and that was done. I just needed to do the boys. So what I think is the fastest, easiest way to do this is to just throw it all on the bed, and you can keep them folded obviously if you want to, but I, for the most part, unfolded them anyway, just to check the size, see if there was any damage to the clothing, like rips, holes, stains, or just see if it needed to go back in the washer. I was actually surprised at how many little shirts and pants were dirty in their drawer. So gross. So I made a few piles, things that we're gonna pack away to see if they fit next year, things that needed to be washed, and then some things were just completely worn out. So I need to either give those to charity or throw them away. Now I'm moving on to Blake's stuff, and yes, his pile is much bigger. This is for a couple of reasons. Blake is the younger brother, so everything gets handed down to him. So he has a little bit more than Evan for that reason. Also, he is not as hard on his clothes. We actually end up having to get rid of a lot of stuff that we've bought for Evan just because he plays really, really hard and he wears things out super quickly. So in the end, he doesn't have as many things. Also, I had a ton of Evan's clothes in the laundry this day and had to actually fold a few loads of laundry at the end of the night. So there is the explanation for that. Then here are those clothes of Lila's that I'm packing up. She has grown so fast, and I'm sure every mama feels this way, but I feel like I'm constantly packing up clothes for her. I get a lot of them secondhand, and a ton of these clothes I also traded with people in the neighborhood for boy clothes, so that's one good way to get clothes really cheap. All right, Lila just woke up from her nap, so we are gonna run to the grocery store. I'm gonna make this turkey chili. It looks really good. I just found the recipe on Pinterest, and I have lots of the ingredients that I already need for it, so I needed to run to the store anyway. We're gonna grab a couple little things. Do you wanna go? You wanna go with Mom? Yeah. Anyway, it shouldn't take us very long at all, and then we can come home and throw it in the crock pot. pot. Mine is just super small. I mean, I like it. It's good for like dips and little things like that. But they have one here. I think I might grab it just because I need a bigger one. I'm really excited to look at this. Let's open it. I shop at Smith's, if that helps. If you have a Smith's near you, I recommend it. It's a really good store. They have tons of like Whole Foods and stuff, which I really like. So I'm excited. I hope this crock pot works out. I had one this size before, but the bowl broke, like the ceramic bowl. Oh, it looks really good. I've been missing this bigger one. In fact, I had some company over to dinner, or over for dinner, a few months back, and it was my first time using the small crock pot. It's right after this one broke, and there wasn't enough food for everybody, and it was so embarrassing. I felt so bad. Now that will not happen again. Look at it! Isn't it perfect? It is nice and big, super easy. Switches, high, low, and keep warm and off. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna wash this out, and then we can get started on that chili. This was actually my first time using turkey instead of beef in my chili, and I have to say I loved it so much more. I don't love the smell of cooking beef, but turkey has a really mild flavor and smell, so I loved it. Gigi, what are you doing? What are you doing? Good job. Good girl. Stick it on here like this. Ready? Like this. What's that? All you do is put your browned turkey into your crock pot. Then you're gonna add just a little bit of olive oil. I did about half a tablespoon. It called for more, but I did less. Then you're gonna do a big, I think this is either a 14 or 15 ounce jar of tomato sauce. And then you're gonna do about 14 ounces of stewed tomatoes. I didn't do mine with the flavor because I didn't want mine to be too spicy. Then you're gonna add a can of rinsed and drained black and kidney beans. Then some green chilies to taste. I will have the recipe though for sure down below. Then you're going to add a cup and a half of frozen corn. I always prefer the flavor of frozen to canned. Then you're going to add 1 cup of chicken broth, and I like to use like the full flavor, not the low sodium one. I don't think that one tastes as good. Then for seasonings, you're gonna add 2 tablespoons of chili powder. I only added 1 because again, I don't want it to be too spicy. Then you're gonna add a tablespoon and a half of ground cumin, and then only a half a teaspoon of paprika. I had to do a little bit of my own concoction here since Lila stuck her little fingers in there and messed me up, but it turned out okay. It tasted really, really good, nice and flavorful. This recipe called for fresh onion and fresh garlic, which I didn't have either of those, so I went ahead and just used powder. Then you're gonna set this on high for either 4 hours or low for 8. All right, and now that I have that chili going, I put it in at 330. So I'm hoping 3:30, 4:35, 30. I'm gonna check it at 6:30. Even though it says to cook it for 4 hours, I know my meat is cooked through. Let's check it in 3 hours. I'm gonna make some muffins, some healthy, I'm hoping they're healthy. I don't have the right flour, but they're gonna be healthier pumpkin chocolate chip muffins. So let's do that. I feel like today was really chilly. When Evan went to school, it was 33 degrees. So it's chilly, 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 and I'm craving something pumpkin. So let's go ahead and make these. For the muffin recipe, you're going to need 6 tablespoons of either butter or coconut oil, which is what I used, a cup of canned pumpkin, half a cup of honey, a 1/4 cup of milk. I used almond, 2 eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla, a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, 1½ cups of whole wheat flour preferably. I only had white flour, and a half a cup of chocolate chips. So the first thing you're gonna do is just melt either your butter or your coconut oil. And yes, coconut oil does have a slight flavor. It's a tiny bit coconutty, it really is. You can taste it. It's definitely not flavorless, so if you are sensitive to that, you might not like it, but it is a healthier alternative to butter, which is why I like it, and I actually really like coconut, so it doesn't bother me one bit. Then to that melted butter or coconut oil, you're just gonna add your pumpkin and your honey. I was a little worried that this wasn't gonna be sweet enough, but it definitely was, like, absolutely perfect. In fact, I didn't tell my kids these were anything in particular. I didn't say they were healthy muffins. I just set them out and they legitimately gobbled them up. So now that I know they love them, I'll definitely be making them again in the future. I will try it with a whole wheat flour or an almond flour, which would definitely make these even healthier. So I will try that next time. But you're just gonna add your eggs to this mixture, and then after you stir this up, all of your wet ingredients, you're gonna go ahead and just add your dry ingredients right to the bowl. This is a really easy recipe, and you guys know how much I love easy recipes. I love them. So this was super, super quick. I'm gonna go ahead and just stir in now the pumpkin pie spice, which, look, I only had about half a tablespoon, so I filled the rest of this tablespoon up with cinnamon. So add that to my list, pumpkin pie spice. I've obviously been cooking a lot with pumpkin this season. So anyway, go ahead and just give this a good stir. Next, you're gonna add your flour again right to the bowl in addition to your chocolate chips. I love semi-sweet. I think they might be in a little bit of an acquired taste because they are a bit bitter, but I love them. Then you are going to fold this gently with a rubber spatula. That's what the instructions said. It was like, don't overmix these.
When I shut the door.
Before I fill up my muffin tin, I am gonna clean up this little mess that I made. I always like to get things put away as quickly as possible, so I have a nice working space. And oh, I forgot to tell you that I preheated the oven to 350 degrees.
Never up, never down, never. Like a flame in a song, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feel so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think, I always do. Never thought I wouldn't.
Something that I really like to do with both cookies and muffins is sprinkle the top with a few extra chips. I just think it makes the presentation really pretty, and plus more chocolate. You are gonna pop these in the oven for 15 to 18 minutes depending on how hot your oven is. Oh, guys, like I said, these turned out so yummy. Let me know if you make them. You can also always tag me on Instagram and show me how they turned out. I would love that. You are going to love these. You're going to be so surprised at how sweet they are, considering they don't have any sugar. They really were just perfect.
I was also really happy with how the chili turned out. Again, that ground turkey was delicious, a great substitute for ground beef if you don't like that strong flavor or smell like me. Don't forget to check out the description box for the link to Lamps Plus. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!